Hello dear children. Welcome back to GK. This is Shaiju Daniel. Today we are going to learn Theme 3. Plants and Animal. Chapter 10. Facts about plants. Let's go. Read some of the interesting facts about plants and trees. Number 1. The giant sequoia is not only tall, but also wide in size. Due to its amazing size, some believe that it is the largest living organism in the world. Number 2. The way a tree grows through different seasons can be seen by the growth rings in the wood. They can even be used to determine the age of a tree. How are tree rings used to determine past climates? Because trees are sensitive to local climate conditions, such as rain and temperature, they give scientists some information about that area's local climate in the past. For example, tree rings usually grow wider in warm, wet years and they are thinner in years when it is cold and dry.
Tree rings preserve an amazing inventory of Earth's climate. This photograph shows a section through part of a tree, a living tree, and it contains dozens of tree rings. An individual ring consists of a lighter part and a darker part. The lighter part is preserved or grown during the rapid growth season in late spring and early summer, whereas the darker part, which is made of denser wood, hence its darker color, is grown or preserved during the later part of the summer and the fall. Combined, the light and the dark layer preserve one annual growth cycle of the tree. Therefore, the number of rings can be counted to provide an estimate of the age of the tree. Additionally, the thickness of the ring gives us a measure of the suitability for growth of that tree at that time. So a thicker combination of light and dark indicates good growing conditions such as warm temperatures and high rainfall, whereas thin rings indicate poorer growing conditions such as colder conditions and a lower rainfall or more arid conditions. Sometimes a tree doesn't grow at all during the year, in which case the ring isn't preserved at all for that time period. And this would complicate using the number of rings for dating the tree. In temperate regions, tree rings are very well preserved because the growth changes from summer to winter. Whereas in tropical regions, rings are not as well preserved because the tree is growing pretty well continuously.
Number 3. An average size tree can provide enough wood to make 170,100 pencils. Number 4. Apple, potatoes and onions have the same taste. To test this, you can eat them with your nose closed. The differences in flavor that we experience are caused only by their smell. Number 5. The elephant grass found in Africa is also called as it is 4.5 meters high and even elephants can hide in it. It is also known as Napier grass.
Napier grass is a large perennial grass whose erect stems grow to 15 feet tall. The leaves are flat and strap-like, up to 1.5 inches wide and several feet long. They have fine-toothed margins and sparse hairs on the leaf top. The ligule is composed of long hairs. The inflorescence of Napier grass is a cylindrical spike at the top of the stem. It is greenish tan, 5 to 12 inches long and about 1 inch in diameter. The spike is densely packed with flowering spikelets. Many of the spikelets have very long bristles. Napier grass is a very large grass that grows to 15 feet tall. Its leaves are flat, strap-like, and have fine-toothed margins and sparse hairs. The cylindrical flower spike is at the top of the stem and has numerous long bristles.
Number 6. The African tree baobab can store 1,000 to 120,000 liters of water in its tree trunk.
It can grow to enormous sizes, and carbon dating indicates that they may live to be 3,000 years old. One ancient hollow baobab tree in Zimbabwe is so large that up to 40 people can shelter inside its trunk. Various baobab trees have been used as shops, a prison, houses, storage barns, and a bus shelter. The owners of Sunland Farm in Limpopo, South Africa, have built a pub called the Big Baobab Pub inside the hollow trunk of a 72-foot-high tree. The tree is also 155 feet in circumference and is said to have been carbon dated at over 6,000 years old. When bare of leaves, the spreading branches of the baobab looks like roots sticking up into the air, rather as if it had been planted upside down.
Number 7. A carnivorous plant in the Philippines is capable of devouring a full-grown rat alive.
Victims die by drowning, while their flesh slowly dissolves.
Number 8. Snapdragon flower resembles a dragon and its mouth can open and close when it is squeezed from its sides. Number 9. There are no flower species that are completely black in color, nor has anyone been able to develop them. Number 10. Red spider lilies are precious and were planted near burial sites in Japan to prevent animals from digging up corpses. As a result, the lowers are now associated with death, funerals, and the afterlife. Number 11. Gympie is an Australian shrub that is nicknamed the suicide plant. Its sting can last years and is so agonizing that people have been known to kill themselves after touching it.
Australia is a humble-looking tree, the Gympie Dendrocnide macrolides. Don't let its humorous name, frizzy-leafed and innocuous appearance fool you. This stinging tree can leave you in agonizing pain for months, if not for years. What makes this stinger so deadly? Being burned by hot scorching acid and the sensation of electric shocks trickling down your spine. That's what it can feel like when you experience this stinger, and surprisingly, you don't even need to touch it. An extremely fine corsage of poisonous silica needles filled with the potent neurotoxin coat the entire plant. And if this plant couldn't get any more intense, the things shed like a feline in the summertime. So it's dangerously easy to get stung by 1,000 of these stingers without ever touching them.
Thank you, dear children, and God bless you all. See you in the next chapter.